Good morning, YouTube community, people, viewers, whoever you are, welcome. I feel so good. Today, we're just gonna vlog, man. I got this new vlogging camera and it actually has a funny story behind it. So as we go throughout our day, I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how I got this camera. You guys will learn a lot from it. Let's get going with the day. So in the process of searching for the right camera for me, I bought the wrong camera, all because I didn't do my research. What I ended up doing was I bought the Rebel T6. And if you guys know anything about cameras, you know the Rebel T6 is not at all for YouTube. It's for straight up photography. It's a great camera, great entry-level DSLR, great for taking great pictures, but has no effect, no positive effect, I should say, on making YouTube videos. One, there's no mic auxiliary. Two, there's no autofocus. You have to actually press the focus button each time. So it ended up being something I just couldn't use for video. And if I did, someone would have to shoot for me. So I was like, oh no, I went out and I bought this. I didn't do enough research, oh my gosh.
What?
I started freaking out because now I'm like, dude, I'm going to VidCon. The main reason why I bought this, there's two reasons why I bought this camera. I'm going to VidCon in October and I want to have a great vlog camera when I go. And two, there's a really dope series coming to this channel that I can't tell you guys about yet, but we're working on it and I need a vlog camera for it. And also, I'll add a third reason to that. I am so tired of iPhone. Vlogging on an iPhone is a pain. It feels unprofessional. The audio kind of sucks. Like we made that pizza video and I didn't like the quality of it. I went out and I bought this camera. Now I'm using the Rebel T8. I bought this camera and then I went out and bought the Rebel Go microphone to go on the top of it. So that is my new vlogging setup and I love it. I'm super excited. I did a live stream last night just streaming from the couch with this setup and it was actually really cool. I plugged it up to the computer. It works on the computer because there's a webcam software for it. So it was really cool and I think we might even do live streams in the future on it, record videos on our other channel on it. It's a really good camera. It was a great buy. A lot of people say, oh, you know, the Canon M50 is a better buy for your money, but like I bought this camera like secondhand. Actually, I bought both secondhand. That was the problem with the T6. I bought the T6 off of Facebook Marketplace as well. So that's why I couldn't just go back and say, hey, I don't want this anymore. I'm returning it. No, I bought it from someone, so I had to sell it. I took a little bit of a loss, but shout out to one of my subscribers. Shout out to Nama. She popped in and she said, yo, I want to be a photographer. I'll take that off your hands. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Because I'm dumb. And I went out there and I bought the Rebel T8i before I knew I could even sell the Rebel T6. Why? Because I love you guys and I love making content for you guys and I'm so addicted. My other issue is now that I've bought this camera, I'm addicted to camera lenses, man. I've become addicted to videography and in some form, even photography. Like I take pictures here and there on this thing and I'm like, oh, that's dope. I'm trying to get my lighting right. So, and I also kind of want to set up like a set in the house. I even thought about finishing our garage because right now our garage is unfinished. I thought about finishing our garage and using that as like a YouTube studio. I don't know. There's just so many things now that I'm learning about YouTube and learning about video creation. And I think I'm addicted. It's a new hobby. Bye-bye to the T6. It is in this box and we are gonna go ship that now. We're gonna say goodbye to this learning experience.
12 seconds later.
I'm telling y'all, man, I really hate the post office. So this is a rough one for me. Like I'm actually pretty nervous about going here. You guys probably like, what the heck, Julian? Why are you nervous about that?
2 hours later.
Bag is now secured. So what we're gonna do now, since my mistake has now been corrected, we're going to go edit. And then after we edit, we will go ahead and give like a nice little short camera review, like what I like about this camera so far, what I don't like. I want to see your guys' thoughts on it. Am I guilty of overspending? That is a question that is up for pure interpretation. Yes, I didn't need to get an i8 or T8i. I said i8. I didn't need to get that either. I wish I had an i8. I will say I did not need to get the T8i just simply because of the 4K features with it. I will say that with the price I paid, it made sense. I mean, because for what I paid for it, I got a 120 gigabyte SD card as well as the camera itself. So it just in total, it made sense to, you know, make the move on it. There wasn't a lot of M50s on the marketplace. It's not that big of a deal to go with the T8i. From the research I've done, I could be wrong. I'm not want to portray that I'm a camera guy. By all means, I am not. I'm very beginner. I'm just looking into this stuff. But for what I get for this camera, I do not mind at all what I spent on it. This camera came in total for me a total of $675 US. That is what I spent to get this. And like I said, if I bought a brand new Canon M50, I want to say, that would have been about the same price. And I didn't want to buy anything brand new. Why? Because I could get whatever I needed on Marketplace. Stuff people hadn't even used. Like the guy still had this in the box. As far as features go, from what I've used it, I've been vlogging on it all day, as you guys can tell. Honestly, the camera gives a very competitive look to what you guys are seeing right now on this. I'll record actually simultaneously, but the camera gives a very competitive feel to what you guys are seeing right now. And on top of that, I also can get the audio that I'm looking for because I can shoot with the Rode microphone attached to the top. That was the big difference for me. Because you might say, Julian, you have the A5100 mirrorless that you use for your streams and stuff. Yes, and I'm going to continue to use those for streams because I like this more as a take-on-the-go vlog camera because of microphone here. I have a Blue Yeti microphone up here that I use for all my streams. Okay, I'm gonna put this down now. I'll talk about that later on in my pretty much short camera review too, but I have the Yeti microphone I use for the stream. So this isn't something I'm gonna set up for streaming. I'm literally gonna use this for on-the-go vlogging. We're going to VidCon in October, so that's why I wanted to have a camera rig to take with me because I was tired of vlogging on the iPhone. First thing about vlogging on the iPhone is it is a pain in the butt to transfer videos, photos to the computer. You automatically lose quality because you're transmitting them over the internet and they're going on drive. I could be wrong about that. I have heard that you do. I could be wrong about that, but I do feel like personally you do. So it'll be cool to have something where I could just stick an SD card into the computer and upload the photos that way and videos that way. The iPhone camera is really good. It's a 4K camera. You can record 4K 60 FPS. The back camera is amazing. I did see in cases where, you know, this camera outperformed the Sony mirrorless, but I uploaded a vlog today where all I did was do a couple color corrections and the Sony mirrorless camera looked great for vlogging. So I said, all right, I wanted to start taking this, but the problem I have with the Sony is there's no audio jack in the one that I purchased. I bought this camera maybe 2 years back, so maybe I should have done more research when I bought that camera. Yes, if I did more research, I probably would have ended up with something like this back then. Better late than never. Now, a few features on this thing that I do like. This is like hidden stuff, man. Like the Sony doesn't do this. It creates like a flap and it's kind of annoying. But for point and shoot situations, like I'm gonna be using this around the house, I can use an AC adapter, which I love because I use that literally daily with this camera. And then if I ever plan to shoot in another room here with this one, I did buy the AC adapter. It's actually should be here any moment from Amazon, but the wire will feed through here so I don't have to leave the flap open constantly, because that's what kind of annoys me about this camera. It's such a small thing, but it's a big deal for me. I love this, the way that this is shielded so it doesn't get dirty if you close it. I love that. Honestly, Canon lenses, I love the Canon lenses as I've been, you know, doing my research, because as you guys saw, I bought the T6. I actually was able to put the T6's lens on here. I didn't realize that. I'm a beginner, yo, don't make fun of me. But I really didn't realize that I could put the lenses are interchangeable on these cameras. I put the lens on here, and then I did more research and I found that with an attachment, I can actually put this lens on my Sony. Mirrorless DSLR, there isn't much of a difference, people say these days. I do notice that the Sony actually performs a little bit better in low light situations than the DSLR. So far, really, I'm in love with this thing. Alyssa keeps making fun of me because she's calling it my baby. But like really, I haven't gone anywhere without this camera lately since I bought it. And that's just because I've been trying to experiment. I have so many experimental videos where I'm just experimenting in different lighting situations, experimenting with the zoom on it. I think I want to definitely go ahead and get a 10mm lens so I can have a wide angle vlog. So what I don't like about this right off the bat is how heavy it is. This thing is heavy, man. Vlogging with it is a little heavy, and even my tripod is a little weak. This tripod was more than good enough to handle the Sony, It does a great job with the iPhone, but man, I throw this DSLR camera on here and of course it's not gonna do it now, but normally I throw this DSLR camera on here and the thing just starts wobbling, and see like how, yeah, it's very top heavy when you put it on this tripod. I probably have to spend a little bit more on a beefier tripod, which I hate. Look at that. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. There isn't much that I don't like. I do feel like the image quality isn't crazy good. If you do research on this type of camera, the 4K isn't great on it. The 4K goes up to 24 FPS and it loses the autofocus feature on it. If I were shooting in 4K, more than likely someone would be shooting for me, so that's why I don't really care about that too much. I do like a lot of the Wi-Fi features. I found that the phone one doesn't really work the greatest. I want to get a little more clear on how to stream from this. I did it yesterday and it looked really good, but I want to get more clear on how to stream specifically from this so I can use the microphone on this. Also shooting from this, because what I did was I shot from OBS when I use this camera, and I don't really want to shoot from OBS. I want to shoot straight to the PC, but with the webcam utility, so I want to play with that a little bit more. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Was this a W purchase or an L purchase? What do you think of this entire vlog today? That's it for me, guys. We're out of here. Keep grinding, keep chasing your dreams. Remember, nothing worth having comes easy. Say bye. Peace.
The dreams are running, so we catching up. It's about that time, do you listen up? Don't worry about haters till you get enough. Stay hungry, count till you blessing up. Jada Kid, yeah, we chasing dreams. You reap what you sow, so you give what you receive. Get the money, get the guala, be a champion. Like a Sonic, got the